broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Oh my goodness, finale. Happy Monday, everyone. If you are tuning into AfterBuzzTV.com, this is the Amazing Race After Show for season 26, the finale episode. I'm your host, James Wallington, and with me across the table is...
What's up, guys? I'm Jessica Carroll, and...
Hey, everybody, I'm Justin Nichols, and James, I disagree with you already. It is not a happy Monday. It is the season finale already. How
I can't argue
possible?
That. But we do have a surprise for all of our guests. Not only did we obey your votes and do the dress up as our favorite racer from the season, but we have $1 million surprise for you in the studio.
Bigger than $1 million.
Bigger than $1 million.
Yeah, huge.
Live on the couch with us is Team SoCal, Tyler and Laura.
The winners of the Amazing Race are in our studio. I can't believe it. This is huge for us. Thank you all so much for being here.
Of course. Thank you for having us. Oh
so
my gosh,
exciting.
I still cannot believe it.
Have you even had a moment to like put your phones down from everyone texting you or being like, congratulations?
No, the way here we both were on our phones. It's like we haven't even talked to each other because we're so busy with social media and responding back to everybody.
My thumbs are
crazy.
gonna need a vacation.
Yeah, I've been a little insulted because I haven't heard back from you. But no, I'm just kidding. I just saw you. We are so excited for you. And of course, me more than anybody else because you were on my fantasy draft team. So, Team Justin Adam called it.
Yay.
Oh, yes.
Oh, goodness. So we're going to recap this finale episode, which will be fun since you guys obviously lived every minute of it.
Yeah.
And feel free to jump in. So if we say something that you want to add in or we get a lot of stuff wrong, feel free to correct us. But James, before we go too far in it, you know, we're dressing up as our favorite racers. But
Might as well mention that.
We
Yeah,
need
who
to
are we doing?
I'm like a hybrid of Mike and Rochelle.
Okay,
I'm
you're
wearing
Mike
their
and-
shirt.
That's their
Small
shirt?
Town Sweethearts. Yes, they sent it to me.
Where can you buy their shirt?
You can buy it online. I think they've been tweeting it all week long, but actually I do have an extra shirt that they sent me.
Shut
He just whips it out on the table.
That is autographed too from Mike and Rochelle that I will be giving away at the end of the episode.
Who are you going to give it away to?
I don't know. We'll find out.
So what?
Do you have figured out like how you're going to give it away?
Maybe,
Like, am I in the
perhaps.
running for this?
I don't know
want
if you
it.
are.
I think it should be given to the biggest fan like all season, you know?
That's
Okay.
true. We have a
Fine.
few like loyal fans who've been watching live every single week. And how many weeks has it been? A lot.
There's even been, and you especially, been fans that have been keeping track of all of our points every single week.
Although it sounds shady, Jess. Shady. Right, Laura?
Yes, I don't think something's wrong there.
Something's odd. If I
I'm
have the winning
sorry.
team, this seems very questionable,
Yes.
James. Thank you. I still can't believe I'm looking at you two. How exciting is this?
I
So
know.
exciting. Jess,
So
who are you?
Yes.
We don't even know. Do you have any idea?
Jenny, my girl Jenny Woo. Yeah.
Well,
So good.
Why did you choose this outfit?
Because I'm good, bad, and fab. She has an awesome blog. She has a blog
She has an
called
awesome
Good,
blog. She
Bad,
does.
and Fab. And I love it, and I love her. And the fact that I made fun of her for wearing a robe in the hot tub, I just had
this is the
to.
hot tub scene.
So this is the hot tub scene. I actually printed out a picture. Can you guys see that? Of her in the hot tub. So I'm rocking the black hair and the beanie and the robe. And then I guess I didn't get the memo, but I also dressed up as a country, and so I wore my little zebra dress here. Can you guys guess what country?
Namibia.
I'm blonde. That's the country, Africa. All right, I get it. It's a continent.
Yeah, yes. So
At least you caught yourself.
Yeah, I did.
So that's what I dressed up as. You?
And I went as Blair. So he's a doctor, so I went out and bought a pair of $4 scrubs. I'm terrified, though, because I didn't try it on, James. They are about 9 sizes too big. And if I stand up, I'm going to be showing a lot of underwear. They're not going to stay up. So if you are listening in your car, if you're driving, I'm telling you, this is one of the AfterBuzz episodes. You should go home, go on YouTube and watch it because we look absolutely ridiculous. And then, of course, they look amazing. Just looking even more ridiculous. And also, just a heads up, so these are not my glasses, but I found glasses that look like Blair's from someone I know, and they're not my prescription at all. So if I'm like weird or looking weird, I can't see anything.
Okay.
So just a heads up. You look great from my glasses.
I'm Jenny.
Hi, Jenny. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, let's dive right into this finale episode.
Yeah.
It was exciting. It was action-packed. And we've been criticizing a lot of the episodes in the past few seasons about how there hasn't been a lot of like action challenges. And this being a finale, it was awesome to see a lot of like the stunts that you guys had to do. So it was awesome. What did you guys think of the finale?
Loved this episode. So much going on. Those monster trucks. I need
Tyler's
to ride in one of
favorite
those.
part.
That was awesome.
Oh, that was awesome.
You know, you sported that. You wore that well.
Loved
You know, I love this because we're often critical that we feel like the Amazing Race sometimes has been like making the challenges more on a budget. It seems like.
Yeah.
And I loved it because this was like big day, big production day,
They ended
big
with
money
a bang.
spent. Like they went all out. Props to CBS, and it was a great episode. So fun to watch.
Yes.
Yeah.
So fun to watch.
What was it like for you guys? You already obviously knew the outcome of the episode, but I'm sure your friends and family were on the edge of their seats. What was it like watching it and reliving the finale?
Oh my God, it was incredible. I mean, words can't really describe how it felt because we knew exactly, like it was going to look like Blair and Haley had it. They had a 45-minute lead on us. We had no idea that they actually were behind us once we got to the selfie challenge.
Wow.
So that whole time we're like, oh, well, we're in second or third place, so let's just have fun now.
That's why you were freaking out when you're like, I saw Blair
When
and Haley.
we saw them, he thought I saw a ghost, and then I was just like freaking out.
Well, you are crazy.
Yeah, of course, of course.
If you saw the point where I was sitting down while Laura was working on the combination of the lock, I had turned to our camera guy and I was like, good thing we're not in first. This would be way more stressful trying to figure it out. Like we thought,
But you are!
we thought that they had already done that challenge and run to the finish line, and we were fighting for second place. So
And it just shows you never give up on the race, right? They
No.
always say it sounds so cliche, but you never know.
That's crazy.
I can't imagine reliving that experience.
It was also fun because I think one of you posted it that you were watching it with like your dad, and there was a great action
it was my
shot.
dad. So my dad hasn't flown in 15 years, and he flew to New York to be there by my side, and it was the most incredible moment because his face, he's just looking at me in shock because it looks like we're gonna get second place, and then when we get there, he's like, it was incredible.
it was wild. We had a great
And
party.
Tyler's whole family was there, his mom and dad.
You know what would be hard though
sisters.
is I'm terrible at secrets. And
I know.
I think it would be so hard to have. It is
So
your father.
hard.
Like, you can't even tell your dad. It's like, Dad, don't be upset. We're going to win.
Oh,
You know?
yeah, I would probably tell my mom for sure.
Don't say that. You'll get cast. We're trying to get
Never mind. I'm really good at secrets.
Yeah.
So good. Well, as the episode starts off, you know, we always pay attention to like the few little interviews that they show, and right away they showed Blair saying, "I feel like we're the team to beat. I'm proud of our performance so far." And Haley goes, "No mistakes, right?" The moment she said that, I was like, and then it made sense later on because she's the one that made a huge mistake,
Yeah.
which cost them $1 million.
I feel bad for her.
I don't. She has been the worst. But anyway, she watches that for sure.
Mr. Blair,
I
over
love
here.
you.
How's she been?
So yeah, I'm Blair. I'm talking as Blair. And by the way, he deserves an award. All right, let's just say that if anyone deserves like the sportsmanship award, it is my boy Blair. But no, just thank goodness it wasn't the other way around. If Blair had been rappelling down and missed it, there would have been violence.
Oh,
like
for
she
sure.
would have killed him. So I'm just glad that the girl that was so critical realized that it's not so easy, is
Yeah.
it? You know? So
Yeah.
I sound like a horrible person. I
And
love you,
another
Haley.
thing that stuck out at the beginning of the episode was that when you were all in the airport, you had no idea if Mike and Rochelle had actually made it into the final leg. What was your first initial reaction when you saw them pull up to the airport?
Be honest.
I mean, to be honest with you, I really like them. And out of the final four, if it wasn't us, I kind of would be rooting for them.
Yeah, but if you're going for $1 million, the
I
fewer
know,
people racing,
it's true. And there was a part of me that was like, oh my God, no way. We just got through this.
Yeah.
We were so far behind. We made it through Peru. But then the other part of me was like, I genuinely like them so much as people that I was kind of okay with it. I know it sounds weird, but it's really how I felt.
I
Tyler?
like that.
Yeah, I mean, we were fighting all day for what we thought to be the third position in the final three, and it felt great it felt great to get there, but there was something fishy about the way that Phil handed us the clue and said you're going to continue, and it just felt like there was something else coming.
Yeah.
Now we didn't know last season though because we were gone. We hadn't seen last season.
That's exactly what happened.
So we had a feeling that they were going to be there.
Yeah, so we had no idea that had been done before. It had always been Final Three.
That's a really good point. Yeah, because we were like, it could be. We were predicting it could be one of those things where the Final Four, the fourth place team, will get into the
last
final
season,
leg.
the team that got fourth, they ended up winning.
Yeah.
Right. So we're like, what if Mike and Rochelle do the exact same thing?
And that whole thing where a
season?
team will get eliminated, we didn't even understand what that meant because we hadn't seen that on The Amazing Race before while we were with the rest
So we didn't know if it was going to be right when you get off the airplane or where this was even going to happen in Dallas.
Well, that's intense.
That is intense.
Crazy.
Yeah, frightening.
Well, speaking of getting into Dallas, the first thing you guys had to do was a roadblock, and it was who wants to score. One team member had to dress in Dallas Cowboys uniform, get harnessed up, and pulled up 300 feet to the top of the stadium to collect a football playbook. After returning to the ground, they had to catch a touchdown and score a field goal to receive their next clue. Thoughts on the roadblock?
I'm just glad I did not have to do that. I would have still been there trying to catch that stupid football. Oh my gosh! But all the guys did it, which was worked out.
Yeah.
But I thought it was cool. I mean, seeing the stadium and football, it's always fun to watch. So it was cool.
Yeah, it was really fun to watch because when they said you have to go up, it was like shot up. Like it wasn't slow at all. It was like a rock show you were watching. Wow. A lot of coffee today. Here's the thing, though, was that I would have ruined it for the team. I can't cook a football.
Yeah.
So like the catching it I would have been fine with, but having to kick it into
Kicking it would be the
field
problem.
goal.
That's what a lot of the guys had troubles with.
Yeah.
Jelani, it took him like 15 times, poor guy. And he's a sports agent.
Can you say how long it took teams? Is it like how long would you say? Because it's all.
Tyler killed
Yeah, I was
it.
gonna say
he was like in and out.
Editing, you never know if it was like an hour or like 5 minutes, but
It took me longer to get like the harness and the uniform on than it did to actually do the whole challenge.
Too bad did you get to keep it?
We got to keep the jerseys.
That's awesome.
We all
Yeah,
did.
really
Us
cool.
girls got jerseys too.
I thought I don't know if
Thank you,
anyone else
Cowboys.
caught this in the editing, but when you guys were deciding who was going to do the roadblock, I felt like it was already predetermined and they just didn't show it because all the jerseys lined up behind Mike when he was getting geared up said all your names before you even decided who the roadblock was, and I was like, so all the guys are doing
I mean,
this
they
roadblock.
probably assume.
No, the thing is because they had the guys in one locker room and the girls were in the
Okay,
other
that
locker
would
room.
make sense.
So
I was literally like, okay, all the guys are going to do this.
No.
James was that was good, James. That was good.
Nice observation.
Thank you. Another person that really struggled was Mike. We saw Jelani, but Mike could not kick the football.
No.
And like you, that would probably be where I was like,
Done.
I can't do this. But I loved the roadblock overall just because it was so action packed. There's so many different layers to it. The one thing I would have had a problem with was being shot up 300 feet. I don't do heights.
Oh,
I
I would have
can't.
loved that. Would have been the
awesome.
one
I
part.
liked it.
Are
you scared of heights,
That was cool. No, not scared of heights at all. And it was so unexpected because even as they were putting the harness on, we were like, what's this for? They're like, just stay. You're going to go
shot
out.
up.
And then you ran out and all of a sudden you're being hooked up and just launched. So yeah, it was really cool.
If you had to do it, how would you have done?
Oh my gosh, I was jealous. I mean, I've been to Cowboy Stadium and watched football games there, so I'm like, oh my god. I mean, I was like a fangirl moment. But I think that would be fun. I mean, how often do you get to do that?
Well, you
really
girls
cool.
were great cheerleaders on the side.
I know, right?
It was. I'm sure it was fun to like witness
was.
it. Oh my gosh! But Haley yelling at Blair that entire time, I was like,
Even Jenny, she was like,
Oh my god, Johnny was up. Yeah.
intense.
I was like, whoa, girl, you're gonna lose your voice.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of taxi drama once you guys left the stadium. More so with you guys and Blair and Haley because Haley and Blair were under the impression that you guys were stealing their taxi.
Really?
But I think you guys did the right thing that you asked them and said, do you know where this is, to go back to your original taxi. But did you ever have the intent of
No.
stealing
No,
their
thought
taxi?
so.
So you can't steal
No,
a
you
taxi.
can't do
anyways.
that.
You can't take someone else's taxi.
Yeah.
If their things are in it.
I wonder if, with their things are in it.
Yeah,
'cause
you
the
can't.
Things are in. We've
But
seen
even
taxi
We've
cabs
seen
stolen.
taxi cabs stolen.
But this was brutal. I mean, we flew into Dallas and like we rushed and hopped in the first cab we saw, and no GPS, no smartphone, barely speaks English. He had road atlases on the floor. Literally, at
Dude,
one
it's $1
point,
million.
Laura and I are like flipping through. Like he knew how to get to AT&T Stadium, but I would hope everybody in Dallas knows how to
Yeah.
get to the stadium, right? And then after that, all bets were off.
He had a flip phone.
Yeah, he was calling his friends.
And I was writing down notes, like telling him where we go.
Of course, you guys are back in the United States, and you get a driver that does speak
Yeah, you can finally make it where you can speak English, use currency.
I mean, we're in like Bangkok, and they have smartphones, but here we don't even have them. I was like, what is going on?
And it was like 2 out of 4 that were brutal because the same thing happened to Mike and Rochelle. Their guy didn't want to stick
Just
around.
laugh.
Because we were going to pay them for the whole day and keep their meter running. It wasn't like he was asking you to work for free. So it was crazy.
Unbelievable.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But there was that drama because even Haley was all like, they're shady, they're shisty, trying to steal our cab.
Well, they came out and we were just asking their cab driver if he would tell our cab driver how to go there.
But you know, it's funny because it did kind of seem like you guys were trying to steal it. I know you now, but even people were tweeting this morning on Twitter saying Team SoCal was playing dirty. And I was like, no, they weren't because they didn't try to steal the cab.
I didn't get that impression at all.
I didn't either at all.
I don't know.
I mean, no offense. The race is all about karma, and from the start, we were really careful about what we did because we didn't want anything coming back and biting us in the butt.
Yeah.
And stealing someone's taxi in the final leg, no way.
Yeah.
We had a taxi driver. We didn't need to steal theirs.
Yeah.
But because your taxi driver didn't know where to go, did you ever think about getting another taxi?
It was not that easy. I mean, that's what happened to Mike and Rochelle. They couldn't get another taxi, so that's why they unfortunately got eliminated.
Yeah. Because there's not an actual game going on, so there's no reason for taxis to be all the way out there.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You know. So, yeah, I love that part of the challenge, though, James. It was great.
But like you said, Mike and Rochelle.
Not the taxi part.
Can't get a taxi.
They had a lot of car struggles.
They did.
Really
Especially the
did.
last few legs towards the end of the race. That would feel like that would add a lot more anxiety than necessary.
Yeah.
Once they got the route info from the stadium, it told them to make their way to P2 Ranch. And at the ranch, you guys had to change into Western attire, which I'm sure you loved because as we've seen, Tyler, you love all the challenges they got to dress up.
You were like the costume king. Every costume challenge was you, brother.
You just gotta own it.
Yeah.
And then you guys had to team up with a cowboy to herd at least 6 Texas Longhorn steers into a pen. I loved this whole thing. No offense, when Jenny fell off the horse, I thought it was hysterical.
That's scary.
Well, she was in her head, I feel like. I mean, now that she wasn't
But it was
hurt,
like the
it's
way
funny.
it was like the way she was coming off of it. It was like literally she was like sliding off the back of it because it looked like the horse just wanted to sit in the puddle.
Do these cattle just go back and forth for like a tourist thing? Because it seemed like he didn't do anything. No offense, but the cattle just seemed to just
I'm
go
sorry,
right to
that
the
was
pin.
the most frightening thing I've done in my life.
Really?
That
Well,
was
your
frightening.
horse started running, and yours did too,
both
didn't
our
it?
horses started riding, and so mine, basically, they just said this is how you steer the horse. You sit on it, you pull a little, you let go. Okay, so
Laura's
let's
like,
try
this
it.
horse isn't sedated. The last horse I rode was like sedated. What is this thing?
It's
Hilarious.
so fast. I was really scared.
But to answer your question about going back and forth, I mean, the challenge was set up so that the cattle had to be taken from one side to another.
But it seemed like the cattle just knew the drill.
No, I mean
Like-
it was legit. Like these guys were
Yeah.
all like old rodeo cowboys and stuff, and they were trying to hurl the cattle in every which direction, and told us just to like go with the flow and really try to help.
It was frightening.
Yeah.
And this is why it's
Have
so
you ever
great having
ridden
the
a horse
racers
before?
here.
Yeah, I actually rode a horse like a month before I left. I was like, one of the things I should probably do is learn how to ride a horse. So I went, I rode a horse and it was fine. And mind you, it was probably sedated because this horse that we rode in Texas, I can't. That was, honest to God, the scariest thing.
It was
my
legit.
gosh.
Well done. Pulled it off.
And I
What
never,
about him
I never,
at the very end?
Yeah, I never liked riding horses, but I was like, this is the amazing race. They're putting you on a horse. It's not like one of those times where you have to stay in the line. So
Right.
after we got the cattle, they were like, as fast as you get back, it's over. So I was like, let's see what this horse can do.
Oh.
And I was like, whoa, 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 go, 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 go. And then it just started going so fast, I didn't know how to make it stop. It was crazy.
So I loved the hashtag that came up for yours was hashtag giddy up.
Yeah.
The hashtags crack me up.
Some of the hashtags they put on the screen, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
Giddy up.
giddy up.
The poor truck stop lab having some troubles with their taxi, and they were would you say they were far behind you guys after the taxi fiasco at the stadium?
We really don't know.
20
It was
minutes?
The stadium to the cattle ranch was at least an hour drive.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, and it was also horrible traffic. There was an accident. Like it was really rough getting around Dallas that day.
Whoa.
Because I was thinking the way they should it. Rochelle said the GPS says we're only 3 minutes away, and when the cab driver was like, "Oh, I need gas," I was thinking, why don't you tell him I'll walk the rest of the way and at least just take a gamble?
Yeah.
But 'cause if you're going to go back the other way out of the direction of where you need to go, that just adds more time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 minutes doesn't seem like a far jog, no?
I don't know.
I just felt bad for them because they had a lot of bad taxi troubles.
I know.
Poor
I feel
thing.
bad for them.
But once they finally got to P2 Ranch, that's where Phil was waiting for them.
Aw.
And I loved his corny
Come on,
line.
just creeped out.
His corny line of, all the cattle have been rounded up. Poor Mike and Rochelle. But, it was great because, they were the last couple standing, which I loved. And then Rochelle even said that this was now, it proved to her that it was a good time now for her to introduce her son to Mike. So,
Are they still? Do we know? Are they still hanging out?
Yeah.
They're still close.
Yes.
Yeah, we were just with them on
really?
Friday. Yeah.
Cool.
I
Good
really
for them.
like
We really
Oh,
like
they're
them.
they're
great.
great.
They're
We've been cheering
really.
them on the whole
I want them to
time.
get married already.
I know. They're so cute.
Now I can crash another Amazing Race wedding.
yes.
Yes. Everyone just needs to get married.
I went to Jason Amy's wedding about 2 weeks
I
ago.
know
It was
you
a mess.
did.
Anyway, keep going. I sidetracked.
Once you guys herded all your cattle, you were instructed to head to Reunion Tower, where you guys had to encounter a second roadblock. And in this one, all the ladies competed. For the roadblock, you guys had to go 500 feet above the city, where you had to
500?
I think it said 500.
5,000. Wait, is that crazy?
little high.
Okay, never mind. Sorry.
Where they had to rappel from the top of the tower and spot their next clue, a row of yellow flags on their way
5,000?
down.
Okay, listen, sorry.
You realize that would be a 500-story office building?
See Tyler's face when I said that. He's like,
Because he's figuring 10 feet per story. It's
Okay.
a 500-story building.
anyway, sorry.
Wow.
It was real high.
It was a 5 million foot tower. 5 million stories.
We see, once Haley and Blair arrive, you kind of see that they have a pretty big lead on you
Yeah.
guys. And Haley has to do it. She's feeling pretty confident, but because she was so confident, she kind of jumped the gun and just automatically assumed one of the first things she saw from the
The first
distance.
red thing she spotted.
Yeah, she's like, oh, it's on top of that parking structure. I would have hung there all day just to make sure I knew exactly what I was
saw
seeing.
what she saw, and knowing the race, that is not where it's going to be.
You would think it was
You
the
know that
flags.
every time before, they've done challenges where you have to find a big flag, and you saw that there was commotion. There was 4 flags or 5 flags, and you saw that there was something going on over there. On top of the building, there was nothing.
Yeah.
There wasn't
Random
even
cars.
trash or cars. There was nothing there.
But
It
was
just
funny
didn't
that
seem
you said that
right.
it was either you or Jenny also. Someone had also said when they're coming down, oh, is it that on top of the
think it
parking
was
garage?
yeah.
So there was definitely something that made
It
people
looked like a
question
clue
it.
box almost,
Yeah.
but it just did not seem like finale material.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
especially when it brought me back to the finale of the Amazing Race Family Edition, and they were at the top of the CN Tower in Toronto, and they had to stand up there and look for something across the city, and there was a huge red and yellow flag, and it kind of
Yeah.
brought me back to this roadblock
Yeah.
where you guys were looking out in the distance, and I would just assume it'd be a big flag or a billboard or something that was just so obvious rather than little cylinder things on top of a parking structure.
The colors red and yellow have a totally different meaning after being on the Amazing Race. Anyway.
You're still looking for them now. Now it's part of your daily routine. Is that a clue?
It's a clue.
Yeah.
Once you guys showed up, though, Tyler, you didn't seem very pleased that Haley and Blair were ahead of you.
Yeah.
You just did not want them to win.
It wasn't as much not wanting them to win as they had such a lead. And after going to Cowboy Stadium, going to the cattle ranch, now being at the top of this tower, it felt like we were getting really close to the end. And it felt like there was just no
time.
chance that we were going to catch up. I mean, we had just gotten there. We knew the girls were going to have to get harnessed up and come down. And by the time they came down, they had 45 minutes to an hour on us, and it was just it felt like it was over.
Oh, jeez.
But it
You just
wasn't.
never know.
You never
You
know.
never know with Amazing
So
Race.
once you found the proper clue, this is when they would go to the monster trucks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we actually have a question from one of our viewers, Mr. Air Sonic. It's for you, Laura.
Oh, okay.
Why did you and Jenny work together on looking for the roadblock when that was your chance to jump ahead? It's
I
the
know it
finale.
sounds so crazy to work with someone else in the finale. However, Jenny and Jelani and Tyler and I, we had an alliance from the very beginning. I think it was made in Tokyo that we were going to be the final 2 teams.
Wow.
So instead of working against Jenny, I wanted to work with her. I thought no matter what, we were 2nd and 3rd place. At least let's work together and enjoy this last moment of the race.
Yeah.
Especially when you know Blair and Haley. Well, you think of that moment, Blair and Haley are so
Yeah,
far
we were
ahead
like,
of
they're
you.
so far ahead of us. Let's just enjoy this and do this together. What other options do we have?
Right.
Yeah. Aye. Well done. I mean, it's so crazy that you guys thought you were behind the whole time.
Yeah.
That's so mind-blowing to me.
Well, you guys followed each other, obviously, to the flags, but
Well,
Jenny
yeah,
and Jelani's taxi went a completely different direction,
Yeah.
which gave you guys a little extra
Well,
time
I
ahead of
asked
them.
Jelani after, I was like, why did you guys do that? Because you were supposed to honk at us if you thought we were going the wrong way. And he said Jenny just wanted to veer off. And she thought that you were wrong. So, yeah, that was when I was like, really? Oh, like, because we were working so well together. And then you just saw, like, competitiveness, $1 million. Like, peace out, Laura. Yeah.
Well, it kind of worked to your advantage, at least.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
completely did.
Yeah, we
Jenny,
just
why
picked
did
our
you do
monster
that?
truck.
Yeah,
Yeah, Jenny.
Jenny.
That's my bad in me.
Yeah, when you get there first, you had your first choice in the monster truck, which you got really excited about.
That was a great monster truck.
Yeah, you guys got the best
We
one.
did.
Yeah, you really did.
When you guys got there, you had to find out that you had to drive a monster truck through a mud pit and then encounter your final memory challenge. First, unlocking a shed, and the lock corresponded to the leg numbers of 4 different places you visited on the race. Then, inside the shed, you guys had to take in large selfie prints you've taken along the course of the race, putting them in chronological order from right to left, which you kind of had a little bit of almost a mistake on. If you didn't
Yeah.
catch it, it would have been, you know.
Well, that
maybe-
one was the one from the start that we were like, okay, we're not sure where that
Which
one
end to put it on,
goes, but
yeah.
we knew that that was the only mistake.
And it would make sense to put it where you did.
Yes.
Yeah.
But were you the one that pointed out, it says chronological order
Yes.
right to left, and then
And we're like,
Ta-da.
read that clue again.
Yeah.
We learned our lesson in
That's the
Amsterdam.
lesson.
You gotta
Read
those
the
clues.
clues
Read.
many times as you
Yes.
can.
Learn how to read before you go on The Amazing Race.
Read is good.
You see that mistake a lot, though, like in
lot.
a lot of seasons.
And you
People
always
just-
tell yourself, you're like, okay, we're going to read the clues, we're going to do this or that. And then every time it's like everything goes out the window.
You're in a hurry. You're tired. You're hungry.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just want to win.
And the way you guys did it was really smart. Like, you grabbed the selfie.
Yeah.
Good point.
And then because you guys did it in chronological order, whereas Jenny and Jelani, they kind of just grabbed a selfie and tried to place it. So the way you guys did it was brilliant.
yeah, your method was more organized.
Yeah, and I feel like also it was good because Jenny and Jelani and some of the other teams, they would both go into the shed to get the photo, then they'd both go back out and try to place it, where you guys, one was getting the selfie, one was placed. It was so much smoother.
Right.
Well
Yeah.
done. Well
Thank
done.
you.
And we're
And
very
some of your
critical.
selfies
So.
were
Hey, how about
awesome.
those selfies?
Yeah, we were smart with our selfies.
Yeah, I like it.
One of the questions I was going to ask was regarding the selfies. It seemed like you two were all about throughout the entire race the selfie cam.
Yeah.
It was a new addition.
Always
this year.
showed you guys
But what's
using the
weird is
camera.
that were the other teams using it? They just didn't put that on the show, or did they just not embrace the selfie cam like you two
They
did?
took like selfies in the airport or on a flight, and that it didn't make any sense. Like we were like, oh wow, we're here in Amsterdam. Let's take a
So
selfie
yeah, that's so
on top of
basic.
the
That's
Amsterdam
better.
sign.
Yeah.
Like I wanted memories that we can hopefully take home, but other people was just like, oh, we're on a plane.
They
'Cause
told
you
us that every time that they downloaded all the pictures, that we had more pictures on our camera than all the other teams combined each way.
Oh my gosh.
Because on the show, you only ever saw your selfies.
Yeah.
You know, there
But
wasn't
you
really that
wanted
many
to take them.
teams.
Granted, we probably took them, and sometimes where Laura was like, "Come on, Tyler, we're racing." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, it was like on camera. I was like, no more selfies.
She wanted to have some pictures to keep, you know.
Kim Kardashian has her selfie book. Now we can have the Tyler and
Amazing
Laura
Race.
selfie book.
Who needs shirts? We'll do a selfie book.
Yes.
That's it.
Oh, I
Or just
love
put all
I
it.
need
selfies
a
on a
cut of this
shirt.
check.
Okay,
by the way.
for sure.
It's gonna be huge.
10% is all you need.
Yes.
That's so good. That's so good.
Selfie book.
Well, this is when the glorious moment happens. Laura and Tyler, you guys leave the monster truck area. You see Haley and Blair. That's when you're like, holy crap,
Like
we're in
goosebumps.
the lead right now. Jenny and Jelani are kind of on your tail. And so you just start going for that Continental Avenue Bridge. What were those moments
Yeah.
like, knowing now you're officially in the first slot?
They were insane. When Laura said, "There's Blair and Haley," I was like, "You saw a ghost." Like I thought she was kidding around. Like
There's no way.
There's no way. We thought they were done. And then we asked our driver again, "Hey, take us kind of on a bridge," and he doesn't know where it is. It's like, great, one more hurdle, right?
yes.
And the clue says it's the finish line. Like we know there is no more
Yeah.
task. We are about to be at the end of the race. So we got in the cab and went actually and stopped at the gas station and asked for directions.
Oh,
And this-
I would've
mean, we
been-
were
I would've
screaming.
lost
It
my
was, I
freaking
couldn't
out.
speak.
I was like,
Tyler had to,
"Laura,
because I was
you
like,
gotta calm down."
I was yelling, and we had to enter the bridge I think it was on the east side. We couldn't do it on the whatever. So there was a certain side that we had to run down so that we would see everybody. And that is what else was really frightening because this driver had no idea.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is $1 million.
my gosh.
Right, because in Dallas, like they built a new bridge, and I think it's still Continental Avenue Bridge, but then there's the old Continental Avenue Bridge that they now just have for foot traffic. So it was on the old one where it's foot traffic, but it was kind of cool because we drove over the new one and you could see them lined up, and we were like, "Oh my gosh!"
And that's how we knew we were still number one.
I just got goosebumps myself. I wasn't even there.
I couldn't even imagine.
When you're running to the stage where Phil's at, what was that like?
It was insane. And the cool part
Your
was...
selfie video?
Yeah, the cool part was
that's-
it was so far, like we could see them from so far away that I was like, I'm definitely pulling out the camera for this.
Yeah.
And so I pulled it out and I started interviewing Laura. I was like, oh my God.
I don't think I can say anything but oh my god, because you go on the race, you want to experience that, you don't want to get eliminated first. There's certain things that but to win is a completely different mindset. And as we're writing up, it's almost like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, am I going to wake up out of this dream? It was incredible.
You know, and speaking of that, I do want to say also props to you two, because sometimes on the race there seems to be two different approaches where some people are so serious about the race where I think they don't enjoy it as much.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you see, but then you guys in past seasons, there's always 2 or 3 teams that they do a good job, but they also don't take
It too seriously.
They don't take it too seriously,
Yeah.
or they realize it's an amazing opportunity. Let's just take a breather and realize how much. Let's go to a bar for a beer.
Yeah.
You know, when we get in check in early, and let's just have a good time.
Go to a bar and get on a flight 12 hours behind everybody.
One of the things
You
too
know
that doesn't necessarily come across is that we still took it very seriously. We were the
Yeah.
team that was, spending hours at the airport doing research. Going to Germany, we had done like a whole walking tour, a Google Earth walking tour of the town, so that we knew where we were going to go.
So smart.
And like we definitely put in the hours, but then we had fun along the
But
way.
it's just, you worked really hard. But there's sometimes there are teams with like, oh, once we check in, I can't believe another team went to a bar for one beer. Like they're not,
Or
come
they wouldn't
on.
take time to take a selfie.
Yeah,
for sure.
Good for you all. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you.
So, congratulations.
Thank you.
So exciting.
So
Team
exciting.
Justin!
Yay!
In first place, Team SoCal, and second, the legal team, Jenny and Jelani, and then third place, Haley and Blair. It was a great ending to an awesome season, especially for the blind date twist, which they haven't done. It was
all
so
three
cool. All
teams
three
I
teams
know.
blind
were.
daters.
That's
It just goes to show, I think maybe it is the baggage that the relationship brings. Where you know each other's buttons, you know each other's flaws, and maybe that really does bring down.
I think it's almost,
but
it's like the self-fulfilling prophecy. If you know that something's your strength or weakness, and so does the other person, you might not try as hard as you normally would. You know what I mean? Like, you actually put yourself outside of your comfort zone when you're doing it with someone that you don't know.
Right.
yeah. Now,
And you also probably feel like that much, not like more pressure, but like you don't want to disappoint the other person.
Yeah.
In a weird way, yeah. Because you would think you don't want to disappoint your boyfriend or girlfriend, but I also didn't want to disappoint this complete stranger that I have known for like 12 days.
Yeah, because if he's pissed off at you, then it's great. you know? But it's like, oh, my boyfriend's mad, he'll get over it. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'll give him a kiss and he'll get over it.
if I'm back to being Blair. So, I know that you probably all stay in touch, or a lot of you guys still talk.
Yeah.
Did Haley take it hard as far as, did she really blame herself for messing up, or did she kind of just brush? Have you talked to her about it? Because she totally took ownership of it on the map. She was like, I just made $1 million mistake. That's tough to quickly just past.
I mean, I can't answer that for her. I haven't asked her that. We're on a group chat. We stay in touch. We're all actually good friends. But yeah, I mean...
Yeah. It's kind
of a hard one.
That's something that would
It's
haunt
kind
me.
of like a
The
private
what
thing
ifs.
too. Be like, so how do you feel about losing
Yeah,
$1 million?
exactly.
Luckily,
Especially because we're the ones that win. Like, that would be so
luckily
insensitive.
Blair, I'm insensitive. That's all right. I'll ask. Wait, Blair's like the nicest guy in the world, and so
No, but I think it's probably hard for him too, because like there was so much between the two of them where they argued so much, and I know that they didn't get along very well. So in the end, to come in third and be that close to winning,
close.
that's a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah.
But they were great.
Trust me,
You know what I mean? They
was
were
there.
entertaining, and
I was Blair.
oh yeah.
Gosh.
Just to clear the air for all the our viewers in the live chat, this is not a pre-recorded episode right now. Like if you're watching this right now at 4:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, this is live.
Okay.
But there's a lot of people like, this is pre-recorded. I I don't know. No, but this is live right now.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Well, because we have guests in here, we've not been able to talk with them as much. So for those on the
that's
live
why
chat,
they keep saying
we
it.
love that you're here, and we're definitely reading the live chat. But now that we have special guests in, of course, we want to make sure we get as much time with them.
And there really hasn't been a lot of questions in the live chat, just a lot of comments regarding the finale. But there is a question for you, Tyler, from Jason L. Did you want to crush some cars while you were driving the monster truck?
Hell yeah.
That would be amazing.
I would have loved to have crushed some cars.
That would have been awesome. For
good.
sure.
Well, for the fantasy team this season, we have our points from our dear viewer, Allie.
Have we double-checked them? Be honest.
I say yes, because
How many
she's
points
been
was the win worth?
25 extra points.
I thought it was 30.
No, the finale 2 episodes ago on our after show, we said, what do we do if someone wins? And I threw out the idea of 50, and you said 25.
Oh.
And so we all agreed on 25.
What is wrong with me?
Yeah, Allie and I were tweeting back and forth today trying to figure it out. And
Team Justin, I am so sorry to all my Team Justin followers out there.
But it was really, really close. Like, there was like about 6 points. So, Justin, you had 93, but I had 100, so 7 points. 193, and you had 73 and a half.
Oh, that's not
That's not
too
bad.
bad. A lot of my teams got out pretty early. Thanks,
So we
guys.
had to give her some races.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you would totally have kicked some butt if I didn't have 3 teams in the final. Because that's what a lot of people keep saying, is that there was like one leg where all 3 of my teams got first, second, and third, which my points went whoop.
Yeah.
So,
I still take bragging rights that I chose the winning team.
yes.
2 seasons in a row.
True that.
I'm already recruiting fans for next season. Remember, be on
really?
Team Justin. Already
What was
started.
like your favorite experience overall?
Great question. Yeah. I want to know.
You want to go?
Definitely the last day. Even before we knew that we were gonna win, like I said before, like we really thought that we were fighting for second. That day was just a little kid's dream come true. I mean, to be in Cowboy Stadium and then riding the horse and then the monster truck just totally topped it off. That was it.
That's when you really realize you're on the Amazing Race. I mean, throughout the whole process, yes, you do, you're traveling the world, but this is the final 4 teams fighting for $1 million.
And you're back on like American soil.
Yeah.
Like, now that's the end.
I had that wristband in my bag the whole time, and I was like, I'm putting that back on when we're in the final 3 and we're
USA.
back in America.
And it's
Oh, yeah, I
lucky
saw the big,
shirt.
Oh, and
A lucky
They like
shirt.
that shirt?
So good. A question for both of you. It's kind of open-ended from Jason L. What was your favorite selfie aside from your $1 million selfie?
I gotta say, my favorite selfie was with my man Yaya in Africa, the guy that I helped like build the hut with. We got back in the hut and we took a picture together.
That was
So
awesome.
good.
My favorite selfie is where I have Tyler in a headlock because he lost our passports. And I don't know what else to do with myself. I get him in a headlock and take a selfie.
That was a good one.
That's awesome. What was the moment you just were like, I wish that would have never happened? What moment was it the passports that you think, if I could eliminate one moment on the show?
It would be us not getting that first flight to Peru. Because if we partied or not, that didn't make a difference. All it would be was just us getting on that earlier flight. That is the one thing that just drives me crazy. But also, I think that it shows that we made a lot of mistakes and we were still able to win and stay composed and not argue with each other.
Yeah.
So I think it showed what a strong team we were.
I'm still bummed about the groceries.
Oh my God.
Groceries, remind me of this
The
one.
second leg where we were, second leg where we were eating noodles, we let our cab go. And if we would have kept our cab, we would have won that leg. And Jenny and Jelani won. And the gift or the prize was free groceries for a year. And I was mad about it for like the whole race.
The whole entire time he's like, free groceries. I'm like,
lost the free
gotta
groceries.
get over it. You gotta go with free groceries. Because if we win $1 million, you can buy groceries.
Yeah.
A ton of them. For a year.
Buy groceries.
Okay.
Such a practical prize.
That is
What were the
hilarious.
prizes that you guys won throughout the race?
We got New Zealand and South Korea.
Ooh, so exciting!
So awesome.
Have you been able to do any, or you have to wait till the show's over to do?
Well, the show's over, James.
Well, I know, but I mean, like, once it finished airing.
You don't get any prizes till it's
After it's
all
airing.
Yeah.
That's
Because I
so.
know that we talked recently to the bikers from last season, and they won some Ford, shocker, some cars,
Yeah.
and that they just got theirs.
Yeah.
So,
Wow, yeah, that's right.
Took a little bit.
And what was the most challenging thing along the way?
The potatoes. My heart broke for you all then.
Potatoes were rough.
Once they pulled the core and they all just came spilling out, and then you just threw a potato.
Peru in general was like
rough.
really hard. That was when you felt like you were on the race and you were fighting for that final three.
yeah.
And it was just like being in such high altitude and running around
about that,
and just being tired and so far
It was
on
also
the
like
race.
95 degrees.
Yeah.
And even walking, you're out of breath because it's so high.
Yeah,
You know.
it was rough. And the potatoes, we wanted to do mamas. And I think if we did mamas,
Yeah.
we would have probably been before the truckers because we had a bit of a lead on them. But it was just the potatoes, and they looked identical. That's why we had to put water on them.
And you guys
and-
were spitting.
yeah.
We have a question from Sunshaw Silla Hedgehog 7. Laura and Tyler, what do you guys plan on doing with your winnings?
So it's really funny. Everyone at work thought that I won because I bought myself a baby Chanel purse. It's called my baby Chanel. And so everyone's like, oh, she had to win. She bought herself a Chanel. So that was the first thing that I purchased. And then I want to take my family on a vacation.
Oh,
cute.
good for you. And Andy is where yet? South Korea, perhaps?
No,
New Zealand?
I don't know. I don't know where yet. Probably Europe somewhere.
Fun.
Get it,
Maybe
girl.
Africa.
Maybe you take them to your favorite spot that you went on there.
I know, but I want to try somewhere else.
Oh, good point. Good point.
Yeah.
If you need an assistant, I'll go.
I love it. You know what?
Carry the
I definitely
luggage.
would. You know,
I
just
will
come.
be the photo taker.
The selfie taker?
Yeah, I'll be the selfie taker.
Perfect.
Like, I'm no problem. I'll
I
sign up.
love it. You're
What about you,
hired.
Tyler?
Yes.
I have no big plans. I'm gonna invest in my own companies here for a little bit and keep trying to work on the apps that I'm building.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Speaking of, speaking of these apps, one of them, it's
We talked about it a while ago.
We talked about it. Some of our viewers definitely were excited about it. So just remind everyone, it's like a dating app, right?
Yeah, it is a dating app.
So what is it?
It's called Two Truths. It's modeled after the game Two Truths and a Lie. Where, like, you say 3 statements about yourself, and you try to guess the lie. So if you go into the app, you'll see a picture of a member of the opposite sex or whoever you're interested in, and then you'll see their 3 statements, and it's your job to try to guess the lie. So it's just like a fun way to
Start the
break the
conversation
ice
going.
I
and
was
get the
gonna say, it's
conversation
like an
going.
icebreaker right off the bat.
And it's cool because, like, you can say the 3 most interesting things about yourself, and it doesn't feel like you're bragging because it's a game.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun.
So you can just go on to the App Store or however Android does it, and you just find it that way?
Yep, it's only available in the App Store right now, but we'll have an
Okay.
Android version soon, and you can just type in the number 2 truths, and it'll come right up.
Oh, that's so exciting. Congrats on doing that.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
That is really, really cool.
Well, we do have a little surprise that Justin's going to do for us now that we're towards the end of our
Yes.
after
Well,
show.
yeah, I mean, like we said at the very start of the season, if we got 10,000 views on our YouTube episode, we would do something, silly. We dressed up, but for some reason I was thinking that I don't know, we may have made this up, made it harder. I thought we had to do something ridiculous. I don't know. So I'm a ridiculous dancer. I was told you that, so that'd be fun if I, as Blair, I'm dressed in scrubs, tried to do the Ladyboy dance. And
So
because
good.
remember they're in the airport, they're doing Ladyboy dance, and I was in the
Yep.
episode. So I'm gonna try to do it. And I think we have a video that's maybe gonna help us. But then, James, when you wowed me and brought Tyler Laura in here, I'm like, well, I'll just have Tyler teach me. This will be perfect. So if you're watching
You
it and
should
you're
put
not.
on some of my lipstick.
Here's the
Wait, what?
video.
You should put on my lipstick.
While the video plays, you guys should get ready.
Oh my gosh, are you paying attention, Tyler?
Really?
Maybe Tyler, both you guys should.
I'm not putting
I'm not putting on this lipstick.
Come on. Just a
Where
little,
was this,
just
by
a
the way?
little.
Where was this
Pucker
video?
up.
Just so you all know,
This was on the way to Germany.
Dubai.
Yeah.
No, that's not
No.
Dubai. We never went to Dubai.
It looks like the Dubai airport.
We had a ton of beer because we were getting excited for
Do you all
Germany.
realize, if you're watching this, what I do for our viewers? I am putting on lipstick, dressed as Blair, to learn a ladyboy dance. Sorry, Dad. I'm sorry. All right.
Oh my goodness gracious. And also, I just want to give a shout out to all of our viewers who've been so loyal to our after show
you
throughout
look
this season.
gorgeous.
Because we have 40 people watching right now. 40. And that's the most we've had
Yay!
on an after show. But my only problem is with the 40 viewers. What do you think my problem
The thumbs
is?
Likes, thumbs up. James will get after you.
You guys, I see that there's 40 people watching, but we only have 22 thumbs up. That means we are
James, you and
18.
these likes. I love it. We force you to like our show.
I just
We
need you to
appreciate
press that thumbs up. I know you all see it. Press the thumbs up, copy and paste the link in your browser, and
Jess.
share it with all your friends on social
Looking
media. It's that
good.
easy.
it. Great. I'm looking at myself on my phone right now, and wow.
You're a good-looking Blair.
You listening, Blair? See?
I can't handle that.
I'm telling you, James. All right, so I'm going to take my headphones off. I'm leaving the microphone. So we're going to try to do the dance. Tyler, you ready to teach me?
I'm ready.
Oh, he's taking selfies right now.
Snapchat.
We're busy taking selfies over here.
Fine. So if you're watching this on YouTube right now, Tyler and I are now going to try to do the Ladyboy dance.
Yep.
If you're in your car listening, what are you doing? Get home tonight, and here we go. So you guys can commentate or
Watch
talk about
this.
whatever.
Yep.
Now, there is a good chance my pants will fall down. So just a heads up.
Pink looks good on you.
Pink looks good on me.
While you guys are getting ready and prepped over into the dance area, we have some photos from the viewing party, the finale viewing party you guys went to in New York City that Laura gave me today that we might as well show.
Yeah, let's see. I haven't even seen them yet.
Yeah, they're great. They're fun.
Do we have them?
You go up there and
I emailed them. They
stretch,
should
get
be
your...
coming up.
Is
this right when you
Oh
guys?
yeah, that's right when we won. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys look so happy.
That's Matt with the flash in his face.
Yeah.
That's a great photo.
That is
Thank
great.
you.
Oh.
It was right after Jenny and Jelani.
Flannel.
That's Matt.
Matt.
Oh.
That's Matt. There's Jenny and Jelani. There's Ashley. There's Mike and Rochelle.
That is so
great.
Yeah.
cool.
Jenny, it's hilarious.
How fun.
Oh.
Cute.
Oh.
Jelani's all giggles all the time.
Was it at a private room or was the bar just going nuts? People that
No, we had it private.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's everyone
how
that came.
fun.
And Harley was there.
Alan in the
And
front right is the camera guy that Laura and I had on the final leg of the race.
This guy.
he's our lucky
okay, yeah.
charm.
Aww.
Yeah.
How fun. Thanks for
It was
sharing those with
awesome.
us.
Of course.
Awesome.
Okay, Tyler.
Get up.
All right.
Do we have the music or are we just dancing?
Do we have the video? Is there any way that we can see the video again? I know we already played it.
Yeah,
but
just give me 1 second.
Maybe refresh your mind.
Oh.
And I can't. I'm so dizzy from these glasses.
We got, like,
Here we go.
front row seats right
I'm stretched
here.
out. How am I looking?
Looking good. Keep your
Okay,
hands
hold the
up.
pants up.
You're
Ready to
looking
go.
great, Claire. You're looking
And
great.
all right, I don't know if we're gonna get the video again. So, out of your mind, just off the top of your head.
Okay, Laura's got to sing.
You gotta say like oompha, oompha.
I don't see ya, I don't see ya, I don't see ya. I don't see ya, I don't see ya, I don't see ya. I don't see you
Here we go.
There you go.
anymore.
And then there was like,
Do, 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 do.
I'm shimmy,
I
shake my
don't
man
see ya,
boobs.
see
you
ya,
had to do
see
this in your
ya.
head. You gotta go side to side.
Got it.
I don't see
I
ya.
was trying to follow the video.
So they
I'll go
are
back to
really
this.
boogieing
Oh,
it right now.
Look at Jelani, just like he
Oh, Jelani loved
Jelani
it.
with the headset.
This is so good.
All right. And then we got a little
Oh, yeah, point.
Yeah. And then you had to
and
like
a turn.
spin
Okay.
and then just give him one right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
All right. How do I
that's
do,
it.
James?
Eye contact.
That was
think you
so
nailed it.
You
good.
nailed it.
Yeah.
I think
You say you don't have dance skills, but you
Yay!
do clearly. I'm impressed.
Woo.
You're great.
Take it out.
Yay!
Superstar.
with my pink lipstick on. Wow.
So
Love it.
good.
Working
So
it.
good.
This is. Did anyone in our lifetime enjoy that at all, or no, James?
Round of applause.
Hey, Tyler. Bravo. Great t-shirt. Great t-shirt.
All right, so
Did anyone like it? Did I work?
I think it's a little delayed right now.
Oh.
Yeah, because I'm
okay.
watching it and we're not to the Ladyboy dance
No
yet.
thumbs up on that.
Not yet.
We just got thumbs down. Yeah, our ratings just went
A
down
for effort.
Yes.
due to that.
Oh, there we are. Now I'm watching it live and you guys are dancing.
This is so funny.
This is so funny.
Too
Oh my
funny.
god, dance stop in second, too funny, outstanding. We got outstanding.
Well done.
Outstanding.
People thought we were
Was that to the dance or the lipstick?
So
Hopefully the
good.
dance. Hopefully the dance.
Hey, we have 41 watching now and 26 thumbs up.
Yeah.
Perfect. So funny. Oh, this is amazing.
All right, so for the shirt,
Yeah.
the Small Town Sweetheart shirt, I have thought long and hard about this, but I think it only makes sense for us to give our shirt to Allie, who's been doing a
Yes.
great job at keeping track of points. Every Monday morning when we wake up, before we come into the studio, we have at least 25 tweets from her with her opinions, her thoughts on the race.
Awesome.
And it's been like that for the last 2 seasons of our after shows now. So I think Allie deserves
Well
this.
deserved.
Allie, you are a sweetheart. Thank you so much for supporting our AfterBuzz show and keeping track of James because he lies on the points. So
Exactly.
his points go up real
Team
fast,
Justin.
and then Allie will bring it back and be like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
James, whoa."
Yes.
So
Congratulations, Ali.
yeah.
Well, goodness, we actually had a question here. I don't know who said it, but it was a Canadian, Jess. I don't know if you saw the question, but Amazing Race Canada premieres this summer, and they were wondering if we were going to come back for that.
Oh.
We will have to think about
Yeah,
that.
I'll have to think about
I never
it.
thought about watching it.
I don't know if we'll be able to get the feed.
You can watch it online.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it.
So maybe that would be a way to keep us going all year long.
All year long.
All year long. I mean,
We're down.
unbelievable. You know, if they did one final All-Stars and if CBS came to you and said, we want you guys in the All-Stars, even though you already won, would you say yes again?
Of course.
Yeah?
Tyler can't get rid of me.
Oh, that's great. It was so, you guys worked so well together. I think it was perfect. So, I can't believe you. Thanks so
I
much
know.
for coming in.
How exciting.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so exciting.
Thank you for joining us.
And where can they find you guys on social media?
Yeah.
Instagram, I'm LP Bunny. And Twitter, I'm Laura_Pierson.
Laura_Pierson.
And I am Tyler H. Adams, pretty much across everything.
Nice.
Yeah,
Cool.
and
Yeah.
also, shameless plug for you guys. I shouldn't do this because it's not even AfterBuzz, but of course, watch our AfterBuzz show. But then also tonight, super exciting. I
Yes.
saw online you all were also on Entertainment
Tonight.
Yeah.
Entertainment Tonight. So if you're watching this right now, and if it hasn't aired yet in your market, tune in to Entertainment Tonight, and then of course make sure you tune
Yes.
back in to the AfterBuzz
Yes.
show.
You don't want to miss the lipstick or the ladyboy dance.
Or Jessica's ridiculous hair.
Yes.
But we do it all for you guys because you did 10,000 of you watched our episode. So thank you so much. It means the world to us.
And you guys have been such amazing fans. Thank you for tuning in every single Monday. We are going to miss you, but we'll be back.
We'll be back
definitely
before
We're
you
not
know
going
it.
anywhere.
For sure.
Justin, where can they find you on social media?
You all can find me at Justin J. Nichols, and even though this season is over, you do not need to stop communicating with us. So keep it up. We love talking about the race, even when the show's not going on. So I'll hear from you soon.
I can't get over the lipstick.
I wonder why you're laughing at me. I keep forgetting I have it on. I'm like, why are you laughing at me, weirdo?
And you guys can find me at DressJessXO. And yeah, just like he said, keep up the conversation. We love talking to you guys.
And you can find me on Twitter at James Wallington, on Instagram at James.Wallington, and on YouTube. I'm vlogging now. Where's Wallington? I'm going to have a little Amazing Race adventure of my own. A month from now, I'll be in Ecuador.
Nice.
A month from today, actually, I'll be canoeing down the Amazon with my mom,
Yeah.
which I'm super
Awesome.
stoked about. So if you want to follow me on my little adventure in the Ecuador rainforest,
Yeah.
follow me
Yes.
on YouTube.
And one last shameless plug too about past racers. Jay and Amy, there's an article about them in People Magazine. So
Yes,
you can
there was.
also go to the newsstands, pick up that, go to Tyler's app, and try and play the games.
Yeah.
Even though I'm dating someone, like I want to just go.
I was going to say, I might.
Like, is it bad if I just want to get the app to play the games? Like,
Yeah,
talk to
why
people.
not?
You can do that, like, right?
100%.
And all right, well, I'm in. I'm
It's like
doing
the
it.
greatest people watching app
Yeah.
there is.
Awesome.
I'm so in.
So good. Well, everyone, we'll be back before you know it. It's been a great season this
It has.
entire time.
It
Just
has.
recapping the shows for you. And we'll see you guys this fall for season 27, because as we know, it was renewed. Thank God.
Woo!
And a huge, we've said 1,000 times, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you
Yes,
for
thank
having
you
us.
guys.
You two are amazing. So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
guys are
Bye,
amazing.
guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Bye. See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.